We try that again. 3, 2, 1. Aloha! Good morning! Welcome to Live Yoga Channel. I am Terra, this is Evan. We are so happy to be here with you live this morning. Thanks for tuning in. Go ahead and please roll out your mat and let's find a comfortable seated position. Here in Hawaii, we're on the island of Oahu, and today is New Year's Eve. So what an honor it is to share in our Hatha practice. We'll spend about an hour together. Go ahead and roll the shoulders up and back. Place your hands, palms facing up on the knees. Thumb and first fingertip together. Go ahead and close those eyes. Begin to draw your awareness to the breath as it moves in and out of the nostrils. Allowing the expansion and the lengthening of your inhalations and exhalations. Witnessing the sensations in and around your body. Deepen the inhalations and the exhalations. Beautiful. And at this moment, let us clarify an intention with your eyes closed and your gaze in between the eyebrow center. Whatever comes to your mind, your heart first. Self-care, love, reflection. Call in your inner knowing and set your intention so that today during our practice, should your mind wander, you want to bring yourself back to focus, we'll return to this intention that we're setting for ourselves. Breathe it in, feel the sensations of your intention, let it go. And so it is. Let's go ahead and open the eyes. We'll start our practice today with a round of Kapalabhati, skull shining breath. So this is a forceful exhalation through the nostrils with a passive inhalation to follow. So what we'll be focusing on is the exhale. And when we exhale through the nose, we're also drawing that belly button back to the spine. So we're squeezing out debris from our belly. Okay, so follow my cues, and then you'll go at your pace. Inhale, exhale, 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 exhale. Keep going. Keep your eyes closed, your gaze in between your eyebrow center. Pump, exhale. Exhale, 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 squeeze all the breath out. Inhale, half lung of air, pause, put the hands to the thighs, draw the shoulders to the ears, drop that chin into the chest, draw the belly button back. Kumbha, breath retention. Hold this energy in with your eyes closed. Keep your gaze up at your eyebrow center. Draw all your pelvic floor muscles up as if you're preventing yourself from going to the loo. When you need the breath, exhale, release the holds. Inhale a little bit more. Exhale, release. We'll do one more like this. Inhale, half lung of air. Pause, drop the chin to the chest, shoulders to the ear, draw the belly button back to the spine. Breath retention. What we're doing in this hold is we're building prana. When you need the breath, release the hold, sip in a little bit more. Exhale, release. Beautiful. Great job, yogis. Open the eyes. Next, we're going to move to yoga for the eyes. Let's keep the head, neck, and shoulders straight, moving only the eyes. Go ahead and inhale. Exhale, look down, look up, look down, look up, look down, look up, center. Another breath in. Exhale, look far right, far left, far right, far left, far right, far left, center. Another breath in. Exhale, look down, far right, look up, far left, look down, center. Another breath in. Exhale, look down, far left, up, far right, look down, center. Next, instead of stretching the eyes, we're going to focus the eyes. Take the right palm, right hand up, about shoulder height. Point that index finger up. Look past the fingertip. Then bring your gaze to the fingertip. Begin to bend the elbows slowly with your gaze at your fingertip, attempting not to blink. Draw it all the way to the nose. Take it back out. When the elbow is straight, look past the finger. Bring your gaze back to the fingertip. Bend the elbow, slowly draw it. Watch it all the way to the nose. Extend the elbow back out. When the elbow is straight, look past the finger. One last time. Slowly bend the elbow, draw it towards the face. Extend it back out, gazing at the fingertip. Look past the finger. Awesome. Release the hands. Go ahead and build some heat. We're building some mana. It's the Hawaiian word for life force. Healthy, healthy eyes. We're going to cup the right palm over the right eye, cup the left palm over the left eye, stare into the black abyss. Do your best to not let any light come in through your fingertips. Breathe gently and slowly through the nose. Sending healing energy to the rods, the cones, or the retinas. Especially with so much time in front of these screens these days. Release your palms, interlace your hands, extend them out in front of you. Go ahead and take those palms up towards the ceiling and stretch and reach through the side body. With your chin tilted down ever so slightly, begin to draw the breath from the back of the throat, feeling the epiglottis constricted. Drawing in your ujjayi breathing, ocean-like breath. We'll rely on this breath throughout our practice to be our guide. Should we be strained in our breath, that means let's back off. This is our greatest tool in our yoga practice because every body is different. You know your journey. Go ahead and release your hands. Backs of the palms touching. Take the right palm over the left. Interlace the hands. Draw the hands towards the chest and then back out again. To your degree. Every body is different. Warming up from the fingertips, the wrists, the elbows, and the shoulders. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drawing your hands back towards the chest and out. Release the hands. We'll reverse our hands and do the same thing on the other side. Honoring. We're going to maybe feel differently on this side. So to your degree. Your breath is slow and steady and there's a smile on the face. If you're having a hard time with a gentle smile, that's a cue. It's time to back off some. And draw the hands back to the chest. Shake it out, release. Let's extend the legs out in front of us. Coming into Dandasana stick pose. Feel your sit bones rooted into the earth. Those straight legs out, the toes are pointing up. We'll move into yoga for the toes. Let's do toe cranks, moving only the toes. For 1, release. 2, release. 3, release. 4, 5, 6, and hold. Go ahead and release. We're going to cross that right foot over the left and just like we did with our fingers, we're going to interlace our toes. Don't use your hands. First 1 toe, 2 toes, 3 toes. Go as far as you can. Have some fun with it. Squeeze and hold. We're warming up from the nerve endings from the tips of our toes all the way up to the sciatica for 3, 2, and 1. Release. We're going to switch sides. And in the spirit of the yogis, we practice and we keep a positive mindset, saying maybe next practice, maybe next year, seeing ourselves successful. Squeeze and hold, warming up all the way up to the sciatic nerve. And release. Next we'll do the ankles, moving forward and back. For 1, release, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and hold. Next, let's make circles clockwise with the ankles. 6. Go ahead and reverse that direction. 5, 6. Warming up the knees. We're going to draw the knee into the chest, sit tall. Grab onto those elbows underneath of the knee, and then we'll begin to make circles. First clockwise, 5 and 6, and then reverse. 5 and 6, extend that leg out in front, switch to the other side. 4, 5, and 6, and then opposite. Warm-ups are so important. Healthy knees. Next, we're moving up to the quads. Come up to the front of the mat. Bend that right knee, take the sole of the right foot into the left thigh. Take the left ankle to the outside of that left hip, and then begin to walk back. This is a nice big stretch on this quadricep here, so perhaps this is your pose. Perhaps you have the privilege to come down onto your forearms and you can let your head rest back. If you have the privilege to go all the way down onto the mat, take your arms overhead, grab onto your wrists. Let your breath be long, slow, and steady here. At any time, please feel free to exhale with a nice sigh. Vocal releasing helps to relieve stagnant energy. Don't we want to let go of the old at this time of the year? Draw in the new. We're making space here, yogis, so breathe it out, sigh it out, cry it out, whatever comes up for you. We're going to gently come out of this pose, so if you're on your back, you can bring your arms back down by your hips. We're going to press into our elbows to help lift the body upright, to switch to the other side. Take our time. We may feel differently on this side depending on how much we slept, what we ate, lots of variables. Take it to your degree and take just as much time getting into it. For 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, bring your hands back down by your hips. Help your body upright. We're going to come to the front of our mat. Take your time. Coming up into our first standing pose. Tadasana. Bring the feet underneath of the hips. Roll the shoulders up and back. Close your eyes. And in that space in between the eyebrow center, about 1 inch up, I want you to visualize the most beautiful sunset you've seen recently. As we move into a new beginning, a new year, let us honor all the gifts that each of us receive. We each have a personal relationship with the sun. Because of this celestial body, this earth moves around the sun and gives all life on planet Earth, every being, Let us honor all the gifts we receive daily from the sun. We'll move through 12 poses of Surya Namaskar, respects to the sun. Grateful, grateful for the sun. Inhale. Exhale, open the eyes, take the hands to prayer position. Inhale, take the arms up overhead, look up, reach up, lift. Exhale, hinge at the waist, fold forward. This is the first stretch of the morning. Please, no overstretching here. Perhaps you can take your hands to your shins or the backs of the ankles. Maybe you have the privilege to bring your fingertips all the way to the floor. Let the head hang heavy. Draw the sits bones up towards the ceiling. The chin is drawn closer to your chest. If you have your hands to the mat, perhaps you can bring your wrists, face them forward, take your fingertips back, press down into the palms of your hands. Bring the weight into the toes of your body. Breathe slowly here. If you need to have some bend in the knees still as you're warming up the body, this is totally okay. Please, this is your journey. Let's bring our fingertips facing forward. We're going to bend the knees. Take the left leg back. Drop to the knee and the top of the foot. As we inhale, draw the shoulders up and back. Let them hang to the sides of our hips as we lunge forward into that front knee. That right foot, we're balancing underneath of our right big toe as well as our left knee and the back of our left foot. Roll the shoulders up and back. Take the chest towards the ceiling. Look up. Smile on the face, breathing slow and steady here. Lunging, breathing, waking up all of the grankies, the blockages from our night's sleep. Breathing slow and steady for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the hands back to the mat. Tuck the back toes. Take the right leg back as you exhale. This is our first mountain pose. In the West, we call this downward facing dog. In the Himalayas, this is referred to as mountain pose, where our body's shaped like a mountain. So take those heels, press them down evenly towards the mat. See if you can press both palms, all 4 corners of your palms evenly into the floor. Visualize your sits bones as if they're lifting up towards the ceiling. Your elbows are looking at one another. Press your chest back towards your thighs. Let your head hang heavy. Go ahead and drop to the knees, chest and chin. You have your 2 toes, your 2 knees, your chest, chin, and your 2 hands. I like to come up onto my fingertips. Keep those elbows in tight. Gaze is down the nose. Exhale. Take your hands to the earth. Drop the belly to the earth. Inhale. The chest. As you come through the shoulders, take the forearms to the earth, come in up through Sphinx. The tops of the feet are on the mat, the gaze is in between the eyebrows, center up towards the ceiling. Warming up the back here. Draw the hands back underneath of the chest, tuck the toes, press into the hands, lift the hips up and back, coming back into mountain pose. Breathing here. Take the left foot in between the hands. Drop the right knee in the top of the right foot. As you inhale, the shoulders up and back, lunge into that front knee. Take the chest up towards the sky, look up, look back. Breathe here. Return the hands to the mat, tuck the back right toes. As you exhale, draw that right foot up to meet the left. Forward fold. The body's starting to warm up here. You may be able to straighten the backs of the legs. Take your hands, your fingertips to the mat. Perhaps you can now bring your palms to the mat. Enjoy the sound of your breath. Exhale completely. On an inhale, bring your hands together. We'll bring them up all the way overhead. Look up, look back. And then through prayer position, exhale, release the hands to the side. Let's do the same thing on the other side, this time moving with our breath. Inhale deeply, open the eyes. Exhale, take the hands to prayer position. Inhale, take the arms up overhead, look up, look back. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the waist. Bend the knees, take the right leg back. Drop to the knee and the top of the foot. As you roll the shoulders up and back, look up. Return the hands to the mat. Tuck the back right toes. Exhale, send the left leg back. Mountain pose. The bottom of the exhalation, drop to the knees, chest and chin. Inhale, drop the belly. Slide the shoulders. Slide the chest through the shoulders as you come up into cobra, your version. Keep it soft as we're warming up here. Exhale, tuck the toes, press into the hands, lift the hips. Press that chest back. Take the right foot in between the hands, drop the knee as you inhale. Shoulders up and back. Take the hands back to the mat, tuck the toes, exhale, bring the left leg up to meet the right, forward fold. Inhale, bring the hands together up overhead. Exhale through prayer position. Release the hands to the sides. Go ahead and close the eyes and draw your introspection to the beating of the heart. See if you can find the beating of your heart. Give appreciation. The body's starting to warm up. The hips and the shoulders and the ankles are in a more alignment. The capillaries around the skull, the fingertips and the toes are shining, they're vibrant with fresh blood flow and oxygen. Next, in your mind's eye, let's visualize the most beautiful full moon. Perhaps you've seen it in the night sky the last few nights. As we wrap up this year, reflect upon our lives. Let us also pay respects and honor the other celestial body in the night sky that gives us so much gifts and life here on earth. And just like we honor how the moon impacts the tidal waters of all the waters on planet Earth. As human beings and so much water inside of our body, our waters are impacted by the phases of the moon as well. So we'll move through this next round of Chandra Namaskar, moon salutations, in honor of the moon and making the mind our best friend, taming the mind with Chandra Namaskar. We'll do the same thing, changing 4th and 9th postures. As you're ready, inhale, deeply open the eyes. Exhale, bring the hands to prayer position at the heart. Inhale, take the arms up overhead, look up, look back. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees, take the left leg back, drop to the knee and the top of the foot. Take the hands through steeple. Take those arms up overhead, lunge into that front leg, crescent moon. The arms can be parallel. You can also have your hands in steeple, lunge, and then take that chest up, look back on the ceiling. Balancing underneath of that big toe on the front foot for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release your hands, tuck the toes. Exhale, send that right leg back to meet the left. Send the heels towards the earth. Press down evenly through both palms. Notice that one heel might want to reach the earth more than the other. See if you can press both heels back towards the earth evenly. The bottom of the exhalation will drop to the knees, chest and chin. Drop the belly, slide the chest through, press into the palms, lift up into your version of cobra. Look up, soft back. Exhale, tuck the toes, press into the hands, lift those hips back. Bring the left foot in between the hands, drop the right knee and the top of the right foot. Bring the hands through prayer. Crescent moon on the other side. Lunging into that front knee. Lifting the chest up and back. Smile on the face. Breathing slow and steady. Release your hands, tuck the toes. Exhale that right leg up to meet the left. Forward fold. Hands together as we inhale up overhead. Exhale through prayer position at the heart. Release the hands to the side. Same thing on the other side. Inhale. Exhale, hands through prayer position. Inhale, take the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, right leg back. Hands through prayer position, crescent moon. Exhale, release. Tuck the toes, send the left leg back to meet the right. The bottom of the exhalation, hold the breath here, drop to the knees, chest and chin. Inhale, come through cobra. Tuck the toes. Exhale, lift the hips. Press the chest back. Take the right foot in between the hands. Drop the knee. Take the hands through prayer. Inhale, lunge. Crescent moon on the right side. Release the hands back to the mat. Tuck the toes. Exhale that left leg up to meet the right. Forward fold. Inhale the arms up overhead. Look up. Look back. Hands through prayer. Exhale. Close the eyes. Release the hands to the side. Take a few breaths here. Inhale deeply through the nose. Exhale slowly. Return the breath to normal. Bring your awareness to the beating heart, visualizing a healthy, healthy heart. Visualize your two healthy lungs, your lower lobes, your middle lobes, your upper lobes. Taking in each fresh breath that we're taking in, purifying the oxygen and sending it to the heart, where the heart then is pumping fresh blood, fresh life to every cell of our body. Healthy, healthy heart and lungs. We're so grateful. Go ahead and open the eyes. Let's get going with our first asana of today. Let's do chair pose. So let's bring our feet together. We're going to take our arms up overhead. You can have your arms parallel or in steeple. Begin to bend the knees, engage the belly, sit down, squeeze those knees together as if you're, and then sit down as if you're sitting in a chair. Go ahead and lift the toes up off the mat, just the toes. Sit down a little bit further, and then with your chin parallel to the floor, take your gaze in between the eyebrow center up towards the ceiling. Activate your belly, engage your belly, draw the belly button back towards the spine. In the final pose, you feel the softness in your face, you're listening to the slow, steady breath. 7, 6, 5, 4, sit down a little bit further, 2, and 1. Inhale the hands up. Exhale, release your hands back behind you. Let's interlace those hands. Let's counter that big opening there. Take your hands down the back. Exhale, fold forward. See if you can take your hands away from the low back, opening up the shoulders and the chest. Let the head hang heavy. Tuck the chin towards the chest. And let gravity draw the top of your head closer to the tops of your feet. For 3, 2, and 1. Release your hands, bend your knees, roll the spine up and back. Beautiful. Next, let's do yoga for the organs. So we're going to bring the chair pose to the stomach and the liver. First, we'll do a twisted chair, bringing energy into our stomach. So bringing the hands in prayer position, bend the knees, inhale. Exhale, we're going to send the left elbow on the outside of the right knee. Press the palms together, begin to stack the elbows. So we're twisting from the base of the spine here first. Begin to turn the head up past the right shoulder, looking up to the ceiling. Sit down a little bit further. Stay here, or if you have the privilege, you can keep the left elbow on the outside of the right knee. Take the fingertips to the ground. Take the right hand up towards the ceiling. Open up that shoulder. You can stay here. You can also bend your elbow, find your bind, or just simply press that back of the palm on the outside of your left hip. Look up for 3, 2, 1. Come out of this gracefully. Beautiful twists. Inhale. Exhale, begin to sit down and take the right elbow to the outside of the left knee, bringing our healing energy to the liver. So we're going to stack the elbows, twist the spine, look up past the shoulder, sit down a little bit further. You can stay here or take that right hand. Take the right hand to the earth. I'm going to move that out of the shot. Take the left arm up. You can bend the elbow. Take your left hand to the outside of your right hip for 3, 2, and 1. Thank you. Come back up to the front of your mat. Roll the shoulders up and back. Feeling the sensations from the opening twist, the detoxifying twist. Healthy, healthy spine. Next, we're going to move into table. So step back on your mat, keep your feet together, inhale those arms up overhead, parallel or in steeple. Begin to hinge at the waist, coming into a 90-degree angle. I want your ears to be parallel to your biceps. The belly's engaged. Reach through those fingertips as if you're reaching towards that front wall. Same with the top of your skull. All the while you're pressing down into your feet and pressing those sits bones back towards the back wall. Your gaze is just under your nose on your mat, looking down onto the earth. Reach through the side ribs for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knees, bring the hands through prayer position. We're going to send that right leg back behind us, coming to balance on our left foot. Keep the hips and shoulders square. We're pressing through our heel. You can keep your arms here at the heart if you have a shoulder or back injury. If not, if you have the privilege, you can take your arms overhead, reach towards the front of the room. For 3, 2, and 1. Back through hands, through prayer position. Inhale, come back up. Take pendulum swing that right leg up. See if you can lift it all the way up to where your big toes are in alignment with your right hip. It's okay to wobble, it's okay to fall, have some fun with it. Balance. For 3, 2, and 1. From here we're going to go straight into tree pose. So see how you can bring your foot on the inside of your shin, or maybe you can bring it on the inside of your thigh. Take that right knee away from you. Bring your hands through prayer position. And then see what you'd love to do. How would you love to express your tree branches? Perhaps you want to bring them up overhead. Victory pose. Perhaps you'd love reverse namaste. Try a few variations and then shake it out when you're ready. Okay, let's do the same thing on the other side. So we're gonna bend the knees and take all your weight. Find a firm foundation on that right side. Bring the hands in prayer position. Send the left leg back as you pendulum forward. You want your hips and shoulders square, pressing through the back left heel. And then take your arms up overhead, if you have that today. Reach your fingertips towards the front of the room. Have a smile on the face, breathing slow and steady. Smile at the shake of the leg. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands back through prayer position. We're going to pendulum that left leg through. Bring it all the way up. Yeah, some fun here. For 3, 2, and 1. And then just like on the other side, let's find our version of tree on this side. Press that heel into your thigh or shin. Draw that knee away from you. You can even press it with your left fingertips. Have roots underneath of your right foot. And then take your hands up overhead. If you find yourself having a hard time balancing, find an unmoving point out in front of you to focus on. This is our drishti. Go ahead and release. Shake it out. Great job. Let's take our feet mat distance apart. We're going to come into swaying tree. Open up the side body. Inhale the arms up overhead. Take the right hand and grab the left wrist. Take the left hip and send it out to the side. Use the strength of the right hand to draw that left arm further overhead, and then take your gaze to the ceiling past your left arm. Breathe here. Inhale, come back up through center. Switch sides. Exhale, send the right hip out to the side. Draw the right wrist overhead. See if you can take that left armpit more forward than the right, and then look up to the ceiling. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale. Exhale, release the hands. Bring the feet together about 5 inches apart. We're going to come into a forward fold. Hands to feet pose. Inhale. Exhale, hinge at the waist. If you have your hands and can reach your shins or the backs of your ankles, stay here. For the rest of us, we're going to take our fingertips underneath of our feet to the best of our ability. Hand to feet pose. Perhaps you can take your entire palm underneath of your foot, and then you can use your toes to massage your wrist. Let your head hang heavy, drop the chin into the chest. If you have the privilege to have your palms underneath of your feet, you can bend the elbows and use the strength of your arms to draw your chest closer to the thighs. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and bend the knees. We'll release. If you have your hands on your shins, you stay there. Everybody else, we're going to take our peace fingers. We're going to wrap it around our big toes. Let's inhale. Take the gaze up on the wall in front of you. See if you can look to where the floor and the wall come together. See if you can look up that wall about a quarter of a way, halfway. Maybe you can even look up that wall to see where the wall and the ceiling come together. We're getting a nice upper back stretch. Exhale, release, bend the knees, take the palms to the earth, send those feet back, coming down into mountain pose. Bend the right knee, send the left heel to the earth. Take the right heel, bend the left knee, send the right heel to the earth. Inhale to both tippy toes. Exhale, send both heels towards the earth. Press down through your palms. Notice that one knee might want to press back to the wall behind you. See if you can press both knees back evenly. Inhale the left foot up behind you. Press down powerfully through your right palm. The hips and the shoulders are square. Your left big toe is in alignment with the center of the body. See if you can lift that leg a little bit higher. As you exhale, swing it on through in between your hands. Take the right heel to the earth. We're going to come up into Virabhadrasana 1. So our back toes are about 2 p.m. Our hips and our shoulders are square as we lunge into that front leg. Take the arms, inhale them up overhead, drop the shoulders. As you bend powerfully, lunge powerfully into that front leg, see if you can lengthen through the side ribs, keep the chin parallel to the earth, and then see if you can gently bring that right armpit slightly more forward than the left. Take your gaze in between your eyes up towards the ceiling for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale. Let's open up into Virabhadrasana 2. I like to walk my back leg back a little bit further. My hips and shoulders are now square. They're both open to the side wall. Glance back briefly to make sure that my hands are parallel, and then lunge into that front leg. Turn the head and neck down. Look down those front fingertips off into infinity. For 3, 2, 1. Take the right hand up to meet the left. We're going to move into Avaya Virabhadrasana, Fearless Warrior. Avoid the belly from collapsing on the thigh. Smile at the shake of the leg. Your gaze is in between your eyebrows up towards the ceiling. You're gripping the mat with the outside of your right foot. For 3, 2, and 1. Release the hand. Take the left hand on the inside of the right foot. Open up the right arm. Reach towards the ceiling. You might want to walk your right foot back gently so you can lunge. You can feel your pelvic floor come closer to the earth. You can stay here. You can also bend the elbow and find your bind if you have that available. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release your hands to the mat. Drop your knee. We're going to heel toe, heel toe. Let's come into Kandanyasa, arm balance. We're going to take our hands underneath of our shoulders and prepare for push-up position. And this is all about taking the elbow. So you'll take the left elbow, hook it into the left inner thigh, lean forward, and then take that right elbow and hook it directly into your right hip. Begin to play with the balance. First lifting your left toes, then your right foot. Give it a few tries. A is for attempt. Give it a try, stay positive. And then when you feel complete with this side, everybody, let's come back into child's pose. Take your hips towards the floor, towards your heels. Take your forehead to the mat. Long, slow breath. Exhale slowly. And return the breath to normal. With the chest towards the thighs, I want you to visualize the kidneys. 2 beautiful kidneys in the low back, receiving fresh breath, fresh oxygen. Our body's transforming. We're changing every cell from the beginning of our practice. Everything is changing. We're visualizing 2 beautiful kidneys, flushing out toxins and purifying and clarifying the liquids, the fluids of our beautiful, beautiful body. Visualizing healthy, healthy kidneys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And when you're ready, and only when you're ready, we're going to meet back up into mountain pose so we can do the same sequence on the solar side, bringing harmony to our masculine side. Go ahead and lift that right leg up off the mat. Press back through the heel. Press powerfully through the left palm. Lengthen and lift that right foot up a little bit higher. Exhale, swing it through. Take the left heel to the earth. The toes are at about 10 p.m. As you inhale and lunge, lean into that front foot. The back foot, you're gripping the mat with the back heel and the outside part of the foot. The hands, bring them up overhead, either parallel or steeple position. Lengthen through the side ribs and then take that left armpit slightly more forward than the right. Lunge a little more further into that right foot. And then your gaze is up on the ceiling in between the eyebrow center. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, open up into Virabhadrasana 2. Adjust your feet in case you need to bring your back foot back a little bit more. Hips and shoulders are now open to the side wall. Bend, lunge into that front leg. Look down your fingertips, off into infinity. Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, take the left arm up to meet the right. Avaya Virabhadrasana, fearless warrior. Hips and shoulders moving towards the front of the space. Keep the belly from collapsing on that front thigh. Smile at the shake in the leg. For 3, 2, and 1. Take the right hand on the inside of that right foot. Walk those feet back a little bit more. Inhale the left arm up towards the sky. Sink those hips a little bit further. Breathe here. Stay here or bend that elbow, taking the left hand on the outside of the right hip. Perhaps you have your bind. Find what works for you. This is your practice. Release your hands, drop your knee, heel toe, that right foot off the mat. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders into push-up position. We're gonna tuck that right elbow into the right inner thigh. Lean forward, bring the left elbow to the left hip. And then begin to play with your balance, lifting your right toes, then your left. Have some fun with it. And when you're complete, everybody, let's meet back in child's pose, Balasana. Palms facing up, down by your heels, forehead resting to the ground. Bringing your awareness to the base of the skull, the top of the spinal column. Visualizing a healthy nervous system, a beautiful brain, all the fluids harmonizing, all the waters, the fats, all the substances of the cells of the brain and the brain stem, all the nerves and the moving in and out of each vertebrae, healthy spinal column. So very grateful for this nervous system, the brain. It allows you to hear my words and see our demonstrations. Thankful for the intellect so that you can make sense of what we're sharing and then move your body in such a way you get to open and give good care to your body. So very grateful for the intellect. Healthy nervous system. Let's come back up into mountain pose. And this time, keep your left heel on the ground. Inhale that right leg up. Go ahead and bend the knee and stack the hips. Let that right heel hang to the side and look underneath your left armpit towards it. Inhale. Exhale, swing that right knee through, coming into the beginning of pigeon. Send the left leg back. Let's take our hands to the side. I like to claw. Maybe you can keep them up by your knee or closer to your hips. We're going to stay here a few breaths, really helping to ground the root of the body. You can stay here. Perhaps if you have mermaid, you can take your back foot into your elbow, grab onto your hands. Whatever variation is available for you today. For 3, 2, and 1. Release your hands. Square off the body. We're going to come into twisted pigeon. So take your left hand to the left knee or onto the mat out in front of you. Take your right hand. As you inhale, lengthen. Exhale, take that right hand to the left thigh. Inhale. And then exhale, begin to twist. Take your gaze back past your right shoulder. Looking as far back as you can onto the wall behind you. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release back to forward. Adjust your knee. Maybe you're totally happy where you are. Maybe you'd like to bring your right ankle into more of a 90 degrees. Wherever you are, honor your body and your practice. Inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, begin to fold forward over that shin. Allowing your arms, bend your elbows, and you can make a pillow with your forearms. You can rest your forehead onto that pillow or onto the mat. Breathe here, long, slow, and steady. Long, deep breath in. Open the mouth and let out a nice ha. Return the breath to normal. Exhale completely. And on your next inhalation, we're going to bring our hands to the mat. Press into those palms. We're going to tuck our back toes, send the right leg back behind you, shake it out, make X's and O's. However it feels good to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's bring harmony and do the same thing on the other side. Press that right heel down into the earth. Lift the left leg up. Bring it so high that you begin to bend the knee. Open up those hips. Look underneath your right armpit. See if you can stare at that ankle. Should feel relieving. For 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, swing it on through. Take that left knee up to meet the left wrist. Slide the right knee back. Come up onto your fingertips. We call this proud pigeon. You can stay here and breathe or find a variation that works for you. Perhaps you want to bend that right knee. And take the foot into the crease of the elbow. Let's come into twisted pigeon. So we'll take our right hand out in front of the knee or on that thigh. Inhale, lengthen. Take the left hand to the back of the right thigh. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Take your gaze as far back as you can on that wall behind you. for 3, 2, and 1. Oh, that feels so good. Let's make some adjustments to that front knee. Perhaps it's totally happy where it is. Perhaps you want to move that foot more so into a 90 degrees. Inhale, open up that chest and heart. And then exhale, fold forward and just let go. Inhale deeply. Exhale, ha. Letting everything go. With each exhalation, that which no longer serves us, may we simply let it go. Breathe in fresh life for a fresh new year upcoming. Anything goes. Together we can. Inhale. Exhale, sigh it out. When you're ready, we're going to inhale our hands back to the mat. Help the chest lift up and away. Tuck the back toes. Send the left leg back behind you. Shake it out. Make X's and O's with that left leg. However it feels good to you. And then let's walk our hands back towards our feet. We're going to bend the knees and come into squats position. We're going to come up into crow pose. More arm balance. When we do balance poses, it brings poise to our day. So we're going to place the hands in push-up position. We're going to lift our butt. And what we'll do is bring our knees to the outside part of our triceps as we make 90-degree angles, or I like to call them shelves, with our triceps, and then begin to lift one foot and then the other. It's less about strength and more about balance. Try a few times. If you have your headstand practice in the middle of the room and you can go from crow into headstand, by all means, do that. But for many of us, we're simply practicing this arm balance. Give it a few tries. And when you're ready, we'll all prepare for an inversion practice. If you have your headstand practice in the middle of the room and you want to stay there, by all means, do so. You can do various variations, legs forward and back, side splits. The rest of us, if you have a baggy shirt, like Evan, go ahead and tuck it in. The rest of us, we're going to do shoulder stand. So come to lie on your back. And I love to just swing those legs up overhead, and so that you can bring your hands to support your low back. Draw the elbows in. The fingertips are facing towards the feet. Your heels are together. The balls of your feet are together, and your gaze is in between your big toes. Find some comfort here. Your chin is in your chest. Breathe steadily here. Every organ in our body is smiling right now. We're reversing the blood flow and using gravity as our friend. And so every organ is receiving a flood of fluid in the opposite direction. So it's like every organ is receiving a bath. And this pose in particular is very good for the thyroid and parathyroid. Let's go ahead and drop the left foot back towards the floor, over your head. It doesn't have to reach the floor. Press through the right ball of your foot towards the ceiling, and then draw the left foot back up towards the center. Draw the right foot towards the floor. Bring your right foot up to meet the left. See if you can Take both feet overhead towards the floor. It's okay if your feet don't touch the floor, but if they do, you have the privilege to release your hands from your low back. Interlace those hands and see if you can draw them towards the floor. It should feel good. Release your hands to your low back. Allow the knees to bend so that you have your knees on the outside of your ears, and then slowly, slowly, slowly roll out, extend your legs. We'll come into a mini shavasana here. Let your legs fall to the side. Bring your hands, palms facing up, gently, slightly away from your hips. Let your head and neck rock from side to side and back to center. Next, to further release the stress caused from the inversions from the head and the neck, let's go ahead and come into fish pose. So let's bring the heels together. Let the feet splay off to the side. We're going to take our hands, palms facing down, underneath of our bum. So go ahead and lift your bum and then begin to bend the elbows so that you come onto the top of the head. Take the bottom set of teeth past the upper set of teeth. These are like your fish gills. And then breathe here. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release your fish gills. Bring your entire spine back onto the mat. Palms facing up. Just let everything be. Next, let's come into a bridge pose. So we'll bend the knees, bring the soles of the feet towards the bum. Our palms are facing down, our arms are long along the mat. Inhale, press into the heels, lift that bum away from the mat. You can interlace your hands underneath, lift your feet or lift your hips a little bit higher, squeeze those knees towards one another. The chin is into the chest. You can stay here, or if you have the full wheel pose, you can take your arms up overhead, press your palms into the earth, lift those hips and the shoulders up off the mat. Come up onto the balls of your feet. Breathe deeply here. And then everybody, let's come down gracefully, bringing our spine onto the floor, one vertebrae at a time. Extend the legs. Rock the heels, shake out the heels. Let's go ahead and roll over onto our right side. Help the body up. We're going to do a twist here. Let's take our feet mat distance. Our toes are facing up. Let's take our left hand past the line of symmetry on the mat behind us. Come down as far as we can, perhaps onto our forearm. Let's take our right hand on the outside of our right thigh, or down, the left thigh, or down onto the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, begin to take your gaze as far back onto that wall behind you as you can. Nice cooling twist here for 3, 2, and 1. Press up. Allow your body to come back through center, and then we'll do the same thing on the other side, doing it slowly. Come down past the line of symmetry on the right side, and then take your left hand to the mat or onto your body, and then take your gaze as far back as you can onto the wall behind you. Your toes are pointing up towards the ceiling. Press into that hand, help the body upright. Let's lean back into our sits bones. We're going to come up into Navasana, boat pose. Bend the knees, Take the feet up towards the ceiling. It's okay if you have a bend in those knees. Take the arms parallel, palms facing up for 10, 9, 8, squeeze that belly, 6, 5, 4, Kapalabhati, 2, and 1. Go ahead and release. Everybody, let's take 180 degrees. We'll come down, take our spine flat onto the mat for the most important posture of our practice, Shavasana. Take the arms out to the side, palms facing up. They're about 6 inches, 8 inches away from your hips. Your feet are about 12 to 18 inches away from each other. Heels are flopped to the side. I'm going to lead you through an active relaxation here. Go ahead and lift your right foot up off the mat 2 inches, point and flex, and then flop the right foot. Go ahead and lift the left foot up off the mat 2 inches, point and flex, flop. Inhale, squeeze the buttocks. Take the belly button back towards the spine. Squeeze, 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 and release. Soften the legs. Inhale all the way up the side ribs, all the way up towards the chest. Hold that breath in, and then open the mouth and let out a nice keeping the back of the neck, back of the head on the mat. Drop the chin into the chest, chin into the chest, chin into the chest, and release. Make a fist with the right hand. Lift it 2 inches up off the mat, and squeeze, release. Make a fist with the left hand, 2 inches up off the mat, squeeze, and release. Let the head flop from side to side and back to center. We're going to inhale, take the breath all the way up into the face. Exhale, open the mouth, stick out the tongue, Simba, lion's breath. Return the breath to normal. Inhale all the way up into the face. Squeeze every muscle in the face. Make a funny face. Squeeze, 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 and release. Squeeze your forehead. Squeeze the top of your head. Imagine you're squeezing every hair on your head, your ears. You're squeezing and release. Let everything go here. Next, bring your introspection to your breath as it moves in and out of the nose. See if you can notice the temperature on your upper lip. Next, see if you can notice without changing a thing, see if you can notice the belly button, the navel center moving up and down with each breath. No efforting, don't change a thing, simply witness. Counting in your mind's eye, mentally to yourself. Inhale, navel up, 10. Inhale, navel down, 10. Exhale, navel down, 10. Inhale, navel up, 9. Exhale, navel down, 9. From 10 down to 1, backwards. Your pace, no need to change a thing. Go ahead and let the count go. Let everything go. Allow yourself to receive and integrate from all your efforts, your passions to move and transform. Begin to draw your awareness back into the physical, allowing your breath to grow big inside of your abdomen. Feel it all the way up into your chest, back of your head and neck. Take your thumb and touch each fingertip. Wiggle your toes. And as you're ready, take your arms up overhead and stretch into this new moment, this brand new life. Stretch as if you're waking up from a cat nap, any way that feels good to you, eventually making it over everybody onto our right side. Pausing in fetal position, honoring ourselves for taking the time to roll out the mat and practice with us today. The yogis believe that the heart, the organ of the heart, governs the emotion of love. And so each time we roll out our mat and we practice our breath work, our heart work, we are expanding our own self-love. Self-love to every cell of our being. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Or as we say here in Hawaii, mahalo, mahalo, mahalo. As you're ready, we'll take that left palm and about chest height, go ahead and press into that palm, lift the body upright, find yourself into a comfortable seated position facing forward. Palms on the knees, take the thumb and the first finger together. Close the eyes and tilt the chin down ever so slightly so that the back of the neck is long and the crown is open to the heavens. Let the breath be slow and steady here. Just take notice to how your brain, your mind, and body feel after our practice. Let us close with a japa japa meditation. So mentally in your mind's eye, with each inhalation, I want you to say to yourself, I am grateful for my, and then as you exhale, say to yourself, name an object of your appreciation, your eyes, your 10 fingers, your mouth. Inhale, I'm grateful for my. Exhale, friends, home, family. Inhale, I am grateful for my. Exhale, each time a different object of your appreciation. Wrap it up here, knowing that you can return to your japa japa meditation anytime you wake up in the middle of the night or having a hard time falling asleep. Perhaps when you're waiting for the metro or the traffic. Inhale, I am grateful for my. Exhale, object of appreciation. Go ahead, let's release the japa japa meditation. Let's bring our hands into prayer position. What an honor it's been to share with you here on Live Yoga Channel as Evan and I have developed and grown our efforts to engage and expand in a cyber ohana. This year has been other than easy, yet we have gained many gifts, and this is one of them. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining us here. What an honor it is to practice together. Let's together take this yoga out into the world and shine it upon others. The light in me bows to the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much, everybody. We are so blessed to share here with you at Live Yoga Channel. I am Terra. This is Evan. He'll be leading us again on Monday. It will be 2021 by then, right? So have a happy, happy New Year celebration with your loved ones. Stay safe out there, everybody. We're so grateful for the cyber ohana. Ohana means family in Hawaiian. So join us again, subscribe, share with your friends. I'll be teaching again on Tuesday, chair yoga, and we'll also be joining for the Trust Your Gut Club. So have the best New Year ever. Aloha.